Welcome to today's webinar on online Sudoku. Today we're going to cover what Sudoku is, how it originated, benefits of Sudoku for mental stimulation, online Sudoku resources, and how to access them through your laptop or your cell phone. So what is Sudoku? It's a logic-based combinatorial number placement puzzle. And in the classic form of Sudoku, the objective is to get a 9x9 grid with digits so that each column, each row, and each of the 9 3x3 subgrids that compose the grid contain all the digits from 1 to 9. So how it originated. So at the start, Howard Garnes, who is a retired American architect and independent puzzle developer, created the first contemporary Sudoku puzzle with the rules and restrictions that we now recognize. But at the start, it wasn't called Sudoku. It was released in 1979 by Dell Magazines under the title Number Place. Sudoku would get its rise in popularity in Japan after his death, which eventually led to its worldwide prominence. And the name Sudoku was created by Maki Kaji, who is the CEO of Nikoli, a puzzle manufacturing company. But Sudoku has a lot more history that predates this. And it also has, so it's traced back to 1783, and it resembles a game called Latin Squares, which was created by a Swiss mathematician called Leonhard Euler. It was revised from the Magic Squares game. So Euler had come up with a grid in which every number or symbol appears once in each row or column, and more than 2 centuries later, the difference for Sudoku players is just that the grid is subdivided into blocks of 9. Benefits of Sudoku. So due to it requiring logical thinking and analysis, it can help improve your concentration, and it can promote a healthy mindset due to the challenging nature of the game. It's like creating, a mental workout, which is, linked to a fitter and healthier brain. And it also helps you develop and improve your problem-solving skills. It also helps your analytical skills because it requires you to focus on the relation between the whole puzzle as well as the little subparts of the puzzle. It's affordable, it's a low-cost hobby, and everyone can do it as long as they know their numbers. And it can help reduce stress and anxiety by having the brain focus on the task at hand rather than the stress of those emotions. Some online Sudoku resources are Sudoku.game, which is a very straightforward website that just allows you to play Sudoku. It provides 4 different modes, which are easy, medium, hard, and very hard. It also provides 4 other games on their website that you can utilize. On the right, you can see that there's also Solitaire, Spider, and Mahjong, which is a Chinese chess kind of game, I think. So how to access. To access the thing before, just enter that web address into your web browser and you'll get it. And Sudoku.game is only available to play on your web browser, along with the other ones like Solitaire, Spider, and Mahjong. There's also Web Sudoku that provides a range of modes that you can play. They have hard, medium, they have easy, medium, hard, and evil. And this is helpful because based on your experience and your playing knowledge, you can select which level you think would suit you best. And Web Sudoku is also available in English, Spanish, French, and Dutch. How to access. So this one's actually an app that you can download for iOS and Android devices in their respective stores, which would be the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. You can also play on the website. Just enter in websudoku.com and you would be able to play with no commitments. But if you want to, you can register and create an account, which is free. There's also Sudoku.com, which is an informative option to utilize for Sudoku. It has 5 modes. It has easy, medium, hard, expert, and evil. And you can also play classic Sudoku or killer. Each of the modes has a description along with tips and articles for playing. It also gives you daily challenges, awards, and an explanation of the rules. So it'll also time you, it'll give you hints if you need it, and has a section for notes and has the option to undo a move. So this, I would say, is the best overall option for learning and to practice because of all the little features that it has. How to access. So to access the website, you just type sudoku.com into your browser and hit search. And you can also download it on the Apple App Store for iOS or the Google Play Store for Androids. It's also called Sudoku.com, number games. Yeah, so these are some of the resources that you might want to explore. I'm not going to read them out loud because you'll get a copy of the presentation too. So you can click on any of these links and it'll take you to the resource. There's like some websites that you can play on, and then I think there's some articles about like how to play it, when it was invented, things like that. Okay, this thing, live demo, one sec. So here is Sudoku.com. You can just type in Sudoku.com up here into your browser, and if you hit enter, it'll take you to this page. And you'll see this, right? So I'm not a very good Sudoku player, but see, for example, in this row, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. So what it's missing is a 7 and 8, and this would go either here or here. But since each row can only have one of each number, since there's an 8 down here, this one can't be 8, or else there would be 2 8s. So if you wanted to input a number, you'd go over here to the right, and then you could push the 7 button, and then if you want, go here and do 8. And it also tells you hints to like say, for example, you don't notice that you have 2 numbers in a row, it'll like show you this red stuff. And say you're like, oh no, I accidentally hit 9. You can press the undo button, which would take you back, or you can press the erase button and it would erase the number there. In order to select which tile you want to edit, just click on the empty one or the filled one and do that. And if you want to take notes, you can turn it on and take notes somewhere. It does give you like a counter for how many mistakes you can make, which is 3. So you should be aware of that. And here's the timer. If you want it paused, you just press the pause button and it stops it so that you actually time it. And if you need a hint, you can press the hint button and it'll be like, look at this cell. There's one last free square in here. There's only one free cell left, and 8 is the only number that can be added. So you'd be like, there we go. We know it's 8. If you decide that you're all done with this current board and you want a new game, just push new game and it'll regenerate the board for you. You can pick if you want classic or killer mode. And you can choose between easy, medium, hard, expert, or evil. Let's just, yeah. And then you get a new board and it restarts your mistakes and your timer and stuff. There's a daily challenge up here, which you can press. It's the top row. You just press play and it'll show you the daily challenge. And if you go to awards, you can see like how many puzzles you've solved for the daily challenges. If you do like every single one in May, then you get like an award for that. Over here, oops, let me show that again. Up here, if you press the rules button, you can look at the rules for the games. Like for example, if there's only one last free cell in this quadrant, what would you do, etc. Last possible number, obvious singles, how to take notes, obvious pairs, things like that. There's also like a second page if you want to see all of these little tips and tricks. Yeah. And then for the next one, I'm gonna look at Sudoku.game. This one's also pretty simple. You just look at it and you go, oh, I don't know, say this row, the number was a 6, which I'm not sure if it is. So you would click on the box that you want to change, and either you can click on the, okay, so if you can see, there's all these tiny little numbers that aren't very visible, but you can click on to highlight. And so that's basically for like, if you're going around and you're like, oh, this might be a 6 or a 7, you can highlight those two and then make a note to yourself. And then say over here, like, oh, this can only be a 7. Then you would be like, ah, yes, remember back here when we were like, it was 6 or 7, now it's only 6. And then you would go down and then you could press the 6 button and it would give you a 6. Same thing for the 7. Well, it's not, but you get the point. And if you want to unselect one of the notes, you just click on it again and it fades out, which is easy. If you want a new game, you go up here to the top left, you can press new game and it'll give you a new board. If you want to change the difficulty, press the difficulty button for easy, medium, hard, and very hard. And then if you wanted to go to another game, you would just click up here. This is Mahjong, which is not something I'm familiar with. This is Spider, and then this would be Solitaire. And yeah. Yes, thank you for listening. If you'd like to learn this lesson with a Cyber Seniors mentor, please go to our website, cyberseniors.org, or call 1-844-217-3057 to register for a one-on-one phone session. We also hold weekly tech drop-in sessions from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays.